I'm going to tell you what I liked and what worked in the I stranded 100 people in the wilderness for $250,000 video. So the first thing is I just want to let you know I did not go to college for creative specialists. I went to college for acting, for film work, for music and theater. Just like you, Mr. Beast, I don't know. I did not enjoy the college experience. I definitely just kind of ran away from college and then just started auditioning everywhere. And doing a lot of production assistant, production coordination, anything to get onto film. So, in my experience, this will not be completely about creative specialty, but at the same time, it will be because I can at least tell you what got me casted in my eyes. So here's the thing. So when you are putting all these people, your thumbnail is very interesting. It's that camouflage thumbnail, the tent. Okay, so you're already speaking to these wilderness survivors. So then I obviously Googled this because I had a hunch, and I'm going to tell you most of the time my husband and his friends are absolutely watching YouTube. I mean, I might watch HBO Max, I might watch Apple TV, but most men I know are straight on YouTube. They could care less about what's going on in the White Lotus. So here's the thing. So that's already a catch with that thumbnail. And so that always is going to work. When you put some kind of wilderness survival up, you're obviously going to get men to go, ooh, I want to do that. I could do that. That'd be easy. I could get that for $250,000. I can stay in a tent. Who cares? Right? So you already have that catch with the majority of YouTube watchers. Now the stats are changing. It's starting to level out. Women earn 40% now and men earn a higher 50%. So they do still take the lead in the viewers. So I feel like you are speaking to that audience a little bit more. Also, so the title's interesting. Of course, you want to know what's going on. To be honest, as a female, this was probably the one that didn't draw me the most, but we're talking about what works. So let's keep going with what worked. You kept switching up the game plan quite often, maybe more than you do with some of your other videos. Just recently, in the last couple of months, you did the sky video. That one caught my attention. How are you going to live in the sky, right? That title was like, are you kidding me? I could never do that. Are you like suspended in the sky? That would terrify me. Maybe you were speaking to my fears, right? Maybe people are scared of the wilderness. They're like, how am I going to survive in the wilderness? A bear is going to eat me. But you are always changing the stakes. So that's a great way to keep building what's going on. When maybe you turn this YouTube video on and you're doing errands, but then all of a sudden, here comes Mr. Beast to change up the stakes again. You definitely visited them more than even the sky people. So to be honest with you, the sky video drew my attention in the title quite more than the stranded 100 people in the wilderness for $250,000. I don't even understand what that means maybe in the title compared to the one where you were like, oh, if you can live in the skyscraper, I'll give you this money. So for me, that was a little bit more of a draw in the title, but considering you visited the wilderness people quite a lot more, it was like more for me to start paying attention to and being more drawn into. If you notice, that's one of your higher views right now, and it's actually almost one of your other wilderness videos that was about 2 years ago is at double what your one video is that's drawing in already. So like, I mean, this is a really high view video. And so I honestly think people want to see Mr. Beast, first of all, but also they're drawn into like, okay, here's another plot twist. You know, people watch murder mystery videos not because they want to see the video and know who the killer is in 10 minutes, right? They always want those stakes to be changing, like, oh, what just happened? Because I thought it was Janet, but now it's George. So that was interesting. You know, I mean, it started off like, okay, to me it was like, well, so what? They're all going to just have like $2,000 to live in the wilderness for a couple days? Like, what's going on? And then it started to go more involved into what you were saying, but still, even those winners didn't win $250,000 each. They still had to share, right, at the end of the day. So I think that the counter action of you always trying to twist and turn things, like even when you hid the flag or the prize pot, I can't remember how it was, but you hid something and then everybody had to go look for it. Well, like, you thought about where you were going to hide it. You just like throw it into the woods and then this be done, right? So everybody was searching in the outskirts and you were like, let's just put it in the middle because nobody's going to go into the middle. They're all going to look at the perimeter. So these things that, like, where you're outsmarting your players, it's interesting. It's almost like watching like LARPing in a way, where you're like, what's the crazy elf going to do next? So those things were really enjoyable to watch. So I think you need to build on those. In terms of clicks and getting people more involved, I would definitely like up the stakes in that title quite a bit. And I would also, I think, sometimes your thumbnails, like, you're leaning into like kind of like a animated virtual reality feel, and that works completely, but also people are going to be looking for more authenticity and less like AI. I think people are starting to realize that AI might be taking over, and that is scary. Thank you. And then I also wanted to say about the wilderness video, going back, is that people want to see Jimmy. Okay, you came from hardly 10 years ago. Okay, so I'm 40. I know. Okay, and so yeah, I'm sorry. I want to work for you when you're younger than me. But the point is like, people want to know the phenomenon behind this. Like, where did you come from? Because not everybody realized, oh, if you give people money, then you're going to give money for YouTube, and call up these sponsors and tell them to give me $10,000 so I can give a homeless person. And then all of a sudden their app's going to be noticed. Like, that is what people want to see, is you. And I know you have to be everywhere all the time at once, but in your videos, the more you're in it, the more people love it. And also like the softer side of Jimmy in a way, because like I was watching the survival video, and I'm going to be honest, I was like, how are these people not wanting to sue him when they're not eating for days? And so I know there's like the show Survivor, or like Naked into the Wilderness, or all those ones where you can't like eat, you have to go find deers and berries and stuff. But at the same time, it's like, people want to see that soft side of you come out and be like, here's some jerkies if you give me 10 push-ups, you know? So just keep that in your mind, because a lot of people love the phenomenon of Mr. Beast and what that is behind it now. Like, maybe 10 years ago, people wouldn't have caught on to that. But now it's like, how did this guy just do this all? So we want to see you, is one of the biggest things I would say about more.